the only thing I've learned to do is grab and hold onto a crucifix and hold it close to me as a way of uniting myself with Jesus on the cross. At those times, I can't hardly even pray. That is to say, I can't hardly find words to say. So I just hope that holding the cross, Christ can hold me. I believe it's in that moment that Christ is able to do for me what I'm not able to do for myself, which is to strengthen me and help me to continue to carry that cross for love of Him. If we lift up ourselves and offer up our pain, our problem, our situation that's causing such suffering, and unite it with Christ on the cross, then it can have the greatest value in terms of what we call redemptive suffering, which is to say that God will work everything for the good. Everything. And I have to say, I have begun to experience that great paradox, that my suffering has also become my greatest blessing. And to explain that, because it certainly didn't make sense at first. And it's not something I learned overnight. But I learned over a period of time, as I kept praying, offering my life to the Lord, that the Lord was drawing me closer and closer to Him. That it was my cross that was leading me to be one with Christ on His cross. And I have to say, nothing in my life has led me closer to Christ than my cross of cancer.
And when he stands up here on Sunday to give those wonderful homilies, you know, his enthusiasm and his, he enlightens and strengthens all of us. And he hobbles back to his chair, you know, and you think, golly, what a real witness he is to all of us to bear our suffering. And to do that in our own personal lives. He said, this is difficult because he stands up there, and I remember that one Sunday he says, you know, the suffering has brought him closer to God. And he says, if you can take that and say, suffering has been a blessing to me, and Lord, I accept the suffering. That's difficult. Wow.
One night when he was really having a lot of pain and recuperating at home, usually I try to really compose myself and not show my emotions, but I was crying, and he says, Mother, don't you know the Lord's taking care of me? So every time that I know that he's really having a really difficult time, I think, okay, Lord, you're taking care of him.
He has not forsaken you. He has helped him every step of the way.
I must keep my eyes on Jesus. And if I keep my eyes on Jesus, really, I feel my spirit lifted up. And then I'm able to do what, humanly speaking, seems impossible. And that is to feel a joy. I feel many times that the joy that this suffering is bringing, in terms of bringing me closer to Christ, is greater than the pain that I feel. When people keep praying for the miracle of my healing, I'm reminded that a miracle is already happening. I'm absolutely amazed at how many people are praying for me and joining me in this experience of suffering.
That is right. That miracle has already happened in a lot of incidences. And we really appreciate all the prayers. Many, many prayers.
Not just the people that are praying for Jim, but they're more fervent and loving and kind, you know. Their love is extended to everyone that way. And then this has brought so much love and happiness, even despite the pain.
There's multiple miracles, just in the number of people who have been called to prayer, the number of people who now are into Scripture. Our devotion to the Blessed Mother here in this parish has grown.